This is a certified hood classic.
Aww.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm licking it.
Everything is in slow-mo today. I swear to God. All rise. Order is in court.
I'm mashing buttons over here, waiting for it to start. It's not starting.
It's happening to me too on the side. I hit the sound effect. It does this little swirl thing and then hits and then
it's a beautiful Wednesday, no matter where you're at.
It's not here. It's freaking freezing.
Oh, it's not. It's really nice here. I don't know why, but it is. It's probably in the low 70s right now, I'm guessing.
Oh, good. This thing
it's an effing guess, but let me see.
57 for us, and StreamYard I think is cold too. I'm clicking buttons and it's taking forever. It's gonna be one of those days.
Well, look, it's cooler than I thought. It's 62.
No, 62. Yeah, we're 57 still, but it's a cold 57, I tell you.
Ours isn't. I was just outside barefoot.
So, what do we got court-wise today?
Well, Creed, I know how much you love anchors, and you said, Mikey, is there any way we can work anchors and starfish into a show?
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I know just the case. I believe we saw this guy come before the judge a while back, and they said, okay, we're going to set this off for another time until he's had time to be properly served, whatnot. He is a former employee of I believe they're kennels, if I'm remembering correctly. Like they take care of dogs and cats and other beasts. And he's gone from employee to alleged stalker, harasser.
All right,
just all around asshole, Creed. But this is again all alleged.
Are we talking about John down here? This giant forehead?
Yeah. Big head, John. Yeah. Big head, John.
And Ms. Curry, just stay standing while you're standing there. And Mr. Fay, raise your right hand. Ms. Curry, raise your right hand.
Fay!
The testimony in this case is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Okay, may be seated.
Neither do I already, Gregson. Oh, you guys must be wrapped up in like snowsuits for 77 in Arizona.
They canceled school.
Snow day.
Snow day, y'all.
It's too cold and dangerous.
Hard freeze coming through Phoenix.
Speaking of a freeze, we're just
Mr. Fay used to be an employee of the canine kennels. Okay. And now resides in the adjacent property. And
didn't go far, did he?
Never. Did he space those? Did he space the starfish and the anchors out just perfectly? Do you think for the shot, or is that
my question? Is this why are we just got like those couple right there? Very odd placement, along with the clock. They call me Rose. There's a clock there. Kind of weird that do you think he worked at the place and happened to live next door, or do you think he got fired and then got a place next door?
I don't know. By the way, you sound like an alien to me, and I think it's me.
Oh God. I can definitely show you the papers I have. Essay. Am I saying sounding weird to everybody?
No, that's why I'm asking. I don't because I'm hearing it from me, but I mean streaming. That pretty much sounds.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
It was like cutting out. It's weird. No, Mikey's fine. All right, yeah, that's just me then. I'm gonna jump out and jump back in. Give me just a second.
Oh, while Creed does that, I will tell everybody because we can't play the video without Creed. Oh, damn! Go ahead and drink it in real quick. Fan of the year voting is over today, starting around 4:05 today. You can start voting on mod of the year. That's right, mod of the year. We're recognizing them. We don't pay them, but man, do we love them. Mod of the year. I probably should have had this video ready to go since Creed was going to be having issues today. I will say we have a huge. I think I'm going to whittle it down to like 12 people, 12 finalists. Well, I don't even have that many. Probably 8 finalists. 8 finalists for Fan of the Year. Of course, the runaway vote getter was Mayor. He campaigned hard for that thing. So he's like the top vote getter. Just to tickle and tease you, you'll see such names as Iowa Golfer Lisa, Fred Franklin, Shirtless Dad, Sweet Tea, Brent. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. There you go. Those are your finalists, and we'll be having them go head to head, so to say.
Oh, that was
for the
a
grand champion.
That was a StreamYard thing because it's fine now, and you guys should see the comments jump. And then every time I click it, it would. It's so annoying. Anyways, cool, Mayor. Congrats on that. Jesus.
Yeah, Mayor's top vote getter. Will it show in the next round? Who knows? He could be dethroned and knocked off by one of his fellow competitors.
That you are affiliated with, Ms. Curry, has a contract to maintain the well.
Yes.
Okay, and the well is on the property where Mr.
So the well is on his side of the thing, huh, Creed? You're fine. It's just the video
stopped. I mean, it
won't play again.
Faye is now living as a tenant. Is that accurate?
It's possessed.
And the issue becomes shutting of gates and kicking in a door and
what? Whoa, easy.
Hey now.
Some other allegations of.
Right. I do have.
I'm kind of shocked. She
Creed, come on. The judge is SMO. He had to push himself real close to the desk. That's like anytime somebody sees me coming by at the dinner table, like, oh god, here he comes.
They start scooting up as soon as they see you heading that way.
They're like halfway across the table.
Hey now.
Credence does. It'll be about 2.5K. So send it over, Victoria.
Oh, jeez.
Appreciate it.
Nothing but the best.
We're big time YouTubers now, I heard.
Nothing but the best.
Somebody that didn't want
And Victoria, that was a joke, by the way. Anybody else that don't know, that's a joke.
to see her
She's
response.
squeezing by.
Here, and I don't know if you can use that or not.
I can't.
Okay.
Everything that we do in here has to be.
Yeah, they don't typically take anonymous. I'm taking care of it.
It's
Anonymous.
just pausing. I don't know. I mean, if you look at it, it's still playing. And it pause and then play again.
Gotcha.
It's doing nothing. So I don't know.
I got you.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Both sides
I'll
have to
just
know
save it,
what I've
and I
seen.
don't-
Remember, Creed said we're big timers now.
Right. And we give you the product that
Anything else you want to add to sort of my summary of what I understand from reading the documents in this case?
Just the harassment of. We just want the harassment to stop.
Okay, and specifically the harassment, you had mentioned that Mr. Fay, when he was an employee, you had concern about his harassment of female employees.
Ooh.
That's not what this is about. This is about him being next door and harassing. Is that?
No.
Wow.
The protection order is to protect the staff that I have now, because everybody else has left.
Right.
And so when he moved out, him being a part of the neighbor is instigating things against us
Okay, so
as more harassment.
directed
by Credence and Mikey. 2-parter today. We may be rewound. We may be ahead. Who knows? We'll figure it out, though.
335.
Anything else you want to add to sort of my summary of what I understand from
Pretty
reading
good
the
right there.
documents in this case?
Good job.
Slight recap.
Just the harassment of.
Finger.
We just want the harassment to stop.
Okay, and specifically the harassment, you had mentioned that Mr. Fay, when he was an employee, you had concern about his harassment of female employees.
Correct.
That's not what this is about.
Right.
This is about him being next door and harassing. Is that?
No, the protection order is to protect the staff that I have now.
Are there people sleeping behind
because
her?
Everybody else has left.
Right.
And so when he moved out, him being a part of the neighbor is instigating things against us
Okay. So
as more harassment.
directed towards you or towards Haley?
Haley is the one that is the most feared
Okay.
of John. Yeah.
And
Man, he's got everybody running scared, Creed. People quit the job. Everybody's getting the hell out. I got to find out what he's doing because I am very impressed with his. Hey, guys, Russian chat yesterday, man named Vladimir, and he said hello.
That was nice of him. Hell of a way to say hello, right?
Creed attacked him immediately and called him a commie bastard.
I most certainly did not. I couldn't believe that he was saying hello to us in the way that he did. That's all.
In such an extraordinary way. This guy, so far, he's coming off pretty bad. I hope he's got some witnesses.
does Mr. Fay, does he take harassing action towards you?
No.
Okay. And
Just our employees, just our building, our kennel in general. I'm just trying to.
Does he
okay,
harass the dogs?
since he's living next door, what are his, and he's no longer an employee,
Correct.
what are his current contacts that you say are harassing specifically? I know you mentioned something about setting fires on the property line.
Are you
and
talking
his
about the guy we
landlord
can't
said-
see over there that just put his head in a little bit?
He's talking about the. I can see the beard. Yeah, sure. It's a Creed beard. Creed beard.
It's not
Creed
even a
beard.
beard. What do you mean?
Creed
It's a
Well, this part right
goatee.
here, you could just,
Very-
yeah, but you could stick it on your face and it would,
Very
we
thick.
never know.
Goatee, even.
He's got a very big clay stash though.
That's true.
She's asked him to clear the brush, and so tell me what you think. He's doing
It's a
that's
woman.
harassing,
Oh.
intentionally harassing.
She looks just like me.
Well, he took our radios, our radios and was
Radios.
Boombox.
saying very rude
I saw
things
that.
to the staff, calling us a puppy mill, and we have since changed channels so that that his radio that he had probably has died by now. So hopefully,
So he stole a radio, and while they're all at work with their radios, he's talking shit to them over their own walkie-talkies.
I mean, that's kind of funny if that's what he did. That's a good way to harass someone.
Hey there, how's things over at the Papa Mill? Yeah? I'm gonna come over there. I'm gonna kick in the doors. And I'm gonna grab Casey. And I'm bringing her over here and I'm gonna hang her up like she's a starfish on the wall.
he can't even charge it, but
Okay.
throwing himself up against fences, intentionally riling up the dogs at all.
I
hours
saw
of
that. I
the
didn't know
night.
it was in licking.
Yeah, it was live.
And my husband is,
I had the live feed. Somehow, I guess I'd subscribed to the news organization
Oh.
there in Licking,
Yeah.
and they had gone live with it yesterday while it was happening. And I'm like, oof, this looks really bad. Because I was like, oh, this would be interesting. And then I was like, oh, no, this looks like a lot of people died.
Yeah. It doesn't look good.
Is he
Well-
gyrating when he's throwing himself against the fence? Like he's riling up the dogs.
is back here with me. And he probably has a little more things. too.
Okay.
Okay. Why is everybody
Uh,
laughing?
Anything directed specifically at you?
Not really. I mean, it's really just to protect the business and the employees that are uncomfortable with him. We don't know what he's gonna do next. I mean, he's just the harassment and then the kicking of the door in on the well.
Okay.
It's just any,
By the way, you city slickers might not know that people have wells Basically is just what you think. They've drilled down into the ground and they're sucking it from Mother Earth themselves. And you have to have a pump house typically to keep it from freezing and things like that because it's exposed to the elements.
Is it stupid of me to be wet? So I told you we had this drip on the outside, spigot for quite a while. It took the plumbers after we finally called them and I figured it out. There's nothing that I could do. It took them another 2 weeks. And it's about a 5-gallon bucket or 2 a day. It was just dripping out of there, right? And we're on a well. I mean, everything's been fine, but then I find out today that Rock Hill is in is it number one drought. Start of a
Creed did it. It was all Creed.
It's all my fault. No, but that's not good when you have a well though. And you're not getting that water.
Oh, thank you, Erica. It is quite sad, but thank you, Erica.
Really, anything that he does over there is going to upset the people of the kennel because he's angry that he was let go.
And Haley in her affidavit indicates a number. She speaks specifically about an event where she says Mr. Fay came in to mop her office while she was the only one in there. But I'm assuming that occurred while he was still an employee.
So there's a complaint that John went to mop the office, and
by the sounds of the barking I hear, I think somebody's running a puppy mill.
Them sound effects, Creed. It goes perfectly with that dono right there. I'm not dono, but membership. Welcome.
I clicked it a while ago. It's just going around and around. It'll be here soon. We'll just.
Oh, did you hit Hallelujah already? So like 5 minutes later, we're gonna be hanging out and all be scared to death by Hallelujah.
Going around. Just that was yours. Mine's still going around.
Oh, there's Creed's.
No, we're gonna. Hands up. You'll see. It's coming. There it is.
There it is.
Great day to be alive.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. You've made great life decisions, Miss.
I know, just like mine, Kieran. Look, it's like my shoulders.
Oh, you're right. He doesn't have any shoulders. Lay your head on my. Well, never mind.
Still an employee at the time, yes.
Okay.
He was instructed before to avoid her because she was afraid of him.
Jeez.
Is yelling at her. She's
I've read what was filed. And he was terminated when?
Not soon enough.
It's been about 2 months.
Yeah, I just need the general time. So 2 months, sometime in September.
Yes.
Okay. And since Mr. Fay has been terminated, has he come on to the property?
Worked out first time now.
First try. Captain Trips reminds me of Dave Trips.
I could see him with like a little like that. See it.
Oh God, don't say that. I'm about nightmares. If I didn't have arms, I'd never wear coats. I just wear a poncho.
Yeah, Creed needs a restart, and so does his computer.
Restart.
The business.
No.
And if you're gonna, you can come on up, Mr. Curry.
Everybody, welcome a new viewer named
Kurth.
Kai North.
And Mr. Curry, if you'd raise your right hand before you sit down there. Swear the testimony in this case to be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Good.
And the way that his head is just perfectly in the middle.
So has Mr. Fay come onto the property since being terminated?
I think he stands on the property line,
Okay.
and they're all the employees, especially the girl. I'm gonna lose her if something doesn't happen.
Is he showing his wang? Oh my God, what's he doing? He's just standing there menacingly.
What else do you do on your property line? Yeah, you do the helicopter.
Get away from me, you no shoulder having sons of.
There's some kind of verbal that they're doing, they're yelling back. Actually, my guys, as far as I know, they're not saying anything, but that guy's calling them names and stuff like that.
Ooh.
Is this a daily occurrence? Does it happen once a month? Give me some idea what we're talking about here.
I believe it slowed down. I think it was every 3-4 days, and then it went to every 10 days. And right now, since we filed this, I don't think it's happened.
Okay, so since the temporary order's been in effect, there's
Yes.
been no,
Right.
nothing. Okay. And so I think your answer is Mr. Fay, since being terminated, hasn't come onto the property, but he's stood on the property line and he yells specifically at Haley and causes concern.
She's got all the doors locked, and
Haley's got to be a smoke show, right? Gotta be.
I thought we were talking about her right here.
Oh no, she's the manager. I hope that's not Haley right behind her.
Do you need to go check on your dog?
I don't have a dog. I don't know what you're talking about. First, I sound like a robot. Now I sound like a dog. Great.
Am I on drugs?
Creed's on drugs, y'all.
Okay.
as an employer, I don't want to get sued. I have to do something. If I don't do anything,
I
I'm in
understand.
trouble.
All right.
So at least I'm here trying to do something.
So I'm trying to figure out what your concern is with Mr. Fay. He's not come onto the property. You say he is vocally harassing your employees, specifically Haley, or had been until the entry of the order, and that's died off. Is there anything else that he's done?
Yes. This is actually how this started.
Just had a boogie.
This woman bought the land. She bought it from me about 1.5 years ago. And the property line itself is not accurate. There's a fence about 60 feet that goes onto their property. And there's 2 gates there. Those gates have always been shut. And I saw them there. They were open.
I read about
So I just went to shut it, and I got video on my phone, but I don't know if you can see it or not. But he came out with very aggressive with a beer bottle in his hand, telling me to get off of his property. And the problem with that even is I'm nowhere near that fence. I know where the property is. I didn't say a word. All I did was like that with my phone. And then the next day he came and put some locks and cables on those gates, and they're entitled to do that. They're theirs, you know, but you can't really come onto that well house. And it's a commercial well. It belongs to me. I pay the bills. I don't know if you saw the letter that I sent her. I'm gonna have to start, at least charging her.
All right, so this dude sold the land to that woman to sit next to John a 1.5 years ago. Are they lovers? Like, is John taking a lover?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, she's smiling a lot.
Flusher
Maybe.
thinks it's the mother.
John's mom bought the land? Plot twist.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so you're joint owners of the well.
Oh no.
You're the owner?
Oh yes.
And
Yeah,
she's,
if you
she's
read
a
that.
customer of the well?
Yes. Yeah, it's a Class B public water system.
Oh, yeah. Class B water system. Got it.
Judge, my name is Carol Merkin. Am I allowed to say any?
Did she say Merkin? Isn't that the thing they put on women's private areas during movies to make it look like they have hair?
What?
A Merkin. Yeah,
Really? Is that a thing?
Yeah. Have you seen that new movie with Jennifer Lawrence or whatever her name is, where she's hired to be like the lover of this kid? It's on Netflix. She comes out of the water and she's nude.
Uh-huh.
And she's marrying a Merkin. It's a vaginal toupee. Yeah, just like Kay said. Merkin. What an unfortunate name. Merkin. Come on, y'all. Y'all act like I'm the only one. Me and Kate, only 2 people have heard of a Merkin.
Certainly 205 of you. Anybody else? Because I never heard.
Is that what it's called? Lovers and Friends? I don't know. Merkin.
Well, I mean, I just Googled Merkin hair. That's real. That's
See? I told you.
Anything, raise my hand, when this is about any
Yeah,
of
go
this.
ahead. If you raise your right hand for me, please, Ms. Merkin. Swear the testimony in this case to be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so hold on just a second.
Thank you, sir. Or your honor.
That's okay. Just thank you's fine.
Flirting. There we go. There we go. Merkin is a pubic wig. They're worn by prostitutes? Well,
decorative items. I like that. Well, everybody knows what they're getting for Christmas now from us.
you know, I should probably start wearing Merkins on the side of my face so it looks like I got a beard.
Yes.
Merkin face.
Don't ever say that we're not an educational channel around here.
The Merkins. No hard feelings. There it is. Thank you. She's wearing a Merkin. Well, I was thinking about it. Judge is reading. He's a slow reader.
Awkward pauses.
He didn't learn to read until he was in the 8th grade. Merkin cucumber.
Now, those are the top tier prostitutes.
And just think, if they'd have waited till this, century, they'd be just fine. Wouldn't even need the Merkins. You gotta get fitted for a Merkin. I'm feeling daring. Let's go red this time. Let's go. You know what? Feeling pretty wild. Can you put a mohawk in it?
Speaking of pretty wild, is she going to talk? Or I want to find out who she is.
She is, I believe, the landowner.
I mean, if she's boinking John or not.
Did she just fall out the chair?
I think she did, or she just dropped her Mr. Pibb.
All right.
John is emotionless.
Merkin, you have something else you wanted to say?
Yes, sir. I haven't had I've had problems with Mr. Curry beforehand. He has a tendency of shutting the water off without telling me, and I can't even get ready for work because of the water. The situation, didn't have any problems with the situation for a year and a half until John became my employee and has been clearing my land, because it is my land now.
Been clearing her Merkin.
I did buy it a year and a half ago. Yes, the well is on my property, but when he crosses 60 feet and starts harassing my employer now.
I'm going to say you can pick up a Merkin for under $30.
All right.
I'm guessing that's probably like fake hair. But if you wanted like real hair, like real wigs and stuff, I'm going to guess you'd probably have to go upwards close to $100.
That's ladies and gentlemen, we are going to Amazon. Excuse us for just a minute from court.
That's all right.
Make a Merkin great again.
Merkin great again.
Nobody will ever get that. I love it.
Oh, ask me about my Merkin.
That's a great t-shirt. And they have kitty carpets, the shamrocks,
oh my
the Christmas trees, the purple. I don't know what is that.
That's a Christmas tree, but a little more daring, Creed.
Boy, there's a lot of Merkin
merch
working in my Merkin
curling.
Lots. I didn't realize
those are terrible looking Merkins, by the way. Those are low quality Merkins.
I love to ask me about my Merkin, because people would. I would ask somebody about their Merkin. I have no idea what they're talking about.
Oh, those are terrible looking Merkins. Very awful.
Did anybody else read this on accident as incest?
Thou may ingest a satchel of what?
Richard.
Merkin? Oh, Richards. Sure. Something about beavers.
Crusty clam bath bombs.
Well,
we'll go back.
There's just so many very low rent Merkins over here. If you're looking for a good quality Merkin, I know a guy.
And I'm the one who kicked the door open because I'm tired of
Ooh.
not having water.
Oh,
Because
Uh-oh.
he shuts it off. He's had leaky pipes on that property since I don't know when. And he's
that's what those
supposedly just
prostitutes
now
are,
trying to
right?
fix them.
Never
And
bring up a leaky pipe about a
also,
man.
I was not aware when I bought this house of the well situation. All it said was that it was a shared well. It didn't say who owned it or anything. I finally just got those papers the other day, and it was not part of the real estate.
Damn it, T. Damn it. Okay, I've composed myself. We're back to it.
Contract when I bought the house, because I called the title company and it took them a while to find it, but it was not part of the contract when I bought the house. So now I am
Okay.
aware that he owns the well. But the harassment, John hasn't been harassing him. He's just been clearing my property. That's all he's been doing.
So he's been clearing her property, cutting the grass, trimming the bush,
With his leaky pipes.
just getting it done. Clearing it right down to the stump.
But
Okay.
now all of a sudden he wants to start charging me for water.
Okay, so the issue
you
of
do
charging you
that?
for water is an
It's well water.
Out of your well? What are you now, a public utility?
I mean,
I
come
don't think
on.
you could do that.
I don't
legally,
believe
can you?
so. Can you? It doesn't sound like you can, but it seems like also he holds all the cards.
I'm genuinely interested in that. Like, if my neighbor's well, I don't know, had something wrong with it, a whole new one, made, built, everything, could I lease him mine?
I mean, you got who owns the water? Who owns the water? Isn't there like water rights and things? But
I mean, you technically own the well.
But you don't own the water.
No. But you can take a tractor trailer up to Maine and get your own free spring water and bring it home to Nestle.
Bring your own buckets, by the way.
I mean, they literally get those out of springs.
John looks like a real able-bodied guy, by the way. If I was looking for somebody to clear some land, it'd be this sumbitch. You can tell he's a man's man.
issue I cannot address. That's not.
I understand that, sir, but the harassment thing, it's the
Okay.
other way around.
All right, so Mr. Curry's indicated that Mr. Fay will stand at the property line and had been yelling at employees and specifically the female employee of the canine business. Have you observed anything like that?
No, sir. I have observed the other thing. I have observed where they have been yelling at him and
They
coming onto
meaning
the
who?
proper. Mr. Curry especially.
Oh, yeah, because he's doing what he's doing.
All right.
Whoa, who's that?
Your Honor,
Is that Haley?
Yes.
Is that her?
my name is Tara Emery, and I'm another witness.
Okay, Ms.
She just come out of nowhere. Like we turned the camera, boom, there she is.
Emery, if you raise your right hand, please. Swear the testimony in this case to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Strong shoulders.
I have
strong
been a
back.
witness to both of these incidents that have occurred on the property line. I just happened to be there at both times that these have happened. Jean is a really good friend of mine, so is John. And my son was over the first incidents about shutting the gates, which I have submitted a statement.
Yeah,
And,
I read that.
Okay. Not once has John ever verbally harassed this Haley. I don't even know who Haley is. She was not present, and neither was Jamie Curry. The only one that was out there videoing and crossing the property lines was Wayne.
Okay.
So, and he shut the gate on my son when he was riding a little motorcycle out on Carol Jean's property, not crossing any property lines or nothing. And my son could have crashed into this gate. That's not his, that he did shut. And so John did go over there
and so did I, and he reopened the gate. And the only thing that was ever said was, you're on Carol Jean's property. Could you please not shut our gates? Without permission or asking. So I don't know where this verbal harassment is coming from on John's behalf, because I was there and I witnessed the whole thing.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Fay, anything you want to say?
Yes, Your Honor. Excuse me for my voice being hoarse.
I've strained my voice yelling at them bitches next door. I'm so sorry.
I didn't really do that. Hey, we got to give a little bit of credit to John. He's got some witnesses and things. I mean, and keeps them secret until it's time and just whip it around. And all of a sudden there's
a grand entrance for this young lady. But so how you feeling? John winning? John losing?
I don't know. I'm just giving him credit for having some people to talk on the subject. Now, I don't believe when Terry, was that her name? Terry Emery?
Yes.
She said that she happened to be around for both instances, but then came out and said he's never yelled or asked or whatever. Well, how the hell do you know? Are you around him every 5 seconds?
This could have been, I mean, this is an everyday occurrence, it seems like, maybe. And what she said was pretty much a nothing burger. The guy locked the gate.
Oh, also another point to about this is that John did not kick down the door.
It was the old lady.
That's right, and he was accused of that. So there's that also.
That just goes to show how John is falsely accused constantly.
Yeah, she might be more pissed than he is about this situation.
I lost my voice, but I have my own walkie-talkies. You can buy them at any Walmart, or any Radio Shack. I have them for me and my son when we go out camping. I don't have anything of theirs. I would also like to state for the record that Kraftwerk has open claims against them for the same previous thing, harassing employees previously.
What?
It's just, I don't want to become one of them.
He did say he didn't want to get sued again. Remember that?
Yeah.
Or he didn't want to sue? What did he say? No, he said that he didn't want to be sued again.
Yeah, I don't want to get sued again for harassment. So apparently, it's a ongoing thing over there. I don't know. It's hard to say. Mr. Curry was very coy.
Dark Queen, hope everything gets better. Let's say that.
You just relax, kick back, and enjoy. I can't promise we'll cheer you up, though. Absolutely can't promise that.
That's his favorite aesthetic, Chris.
So beautiful.
Another employees that are being harassed for K9. Mr. Curry trespassed, touching Carol's gate, closing it, and I asked him politely to please leave the gate open. Or again, we had a kid riding a bike. He ignored me, tried to go to the second gate and do the same thing, and then I told him, I'm like, sir, you're trespassing. You need to leave. You need to get off the property. And he stood there trying to record me. And that's fine.
Trying to what him?
I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm just asking you to quit closing the gates because we have a young man on a mini bike back there. Didn't want to see anybody get hurt. Wasn't trying to cause anything. I left peacefully. I have not made any attempt to even talk to them except the one time Mr. Curry trespassed and he shut the gate. Honestly, that's I gotta say.
Okay. So it wasn't much. Okay. I'll play devil's advocate here, Creed. Is Mr. Curry really the villain?
I don't know. I mean, I
mean, if we've had him be sued for harassment before.
Allegedly, we're not sure. We're just
not sure. Yeah, this is all conjecture, injection.
We're just grabbing little bits and pieces. One thing that was said in the chat, you're absolutely right. He did just tell on himself about using the radio. He was accused of that, and he basically, in not so many words, says, I mean, I can buy that at Walmart, meaning that he knows all about that, and not, he's
meaning he has the exact same walkie-talkies, meaning he could possibly be, saying stuff to them over the walkie-talkies.
I don't know if she comes off as extremely credible because she's just got a weird look on her face when she rolled in.
That's just the way she looks.
It could be. I don't know. I don't know where to go with this one. I gotta say that as we move on, Mr. Curry, a little bit dropping down a little bit though.
With the cutting off the water and things like that.
That's true. And you got to think there is a couple of things that John has now been kind of let go of. Again, I go back to kicking in the door. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. The door part of it. And it wasn't even him.
And Mr. Curry sold this lady the land about 2 years ago. So, I mean, it's not like he doesn't know her or anything like that. It's just really gone south fast.
So Mr. Curry indicates that you stand on the property line and you yell at the employees and specifically at Haley. Your thoughts on that?
This whole thing's all false accusations. I don't know why they're throwing more false accusations. The only time I've even come close to the property line is only the 2 trees that are the closest there that I've had to clean out. And all I did was do my job and get out.
Do you ever say anything to their employees on the property?
I don't see their employees.
Okay. They also indicate that you appear to them to be deliberately trying to agitate the dogs by, I'm not sure what it is, yelling,
barking.
Those
what are your
dogs
thoughts
bark
on that?
24. Those dogs bark 24/7. When I worked for them, they wanted me to go put e-collars on all the dogs that bark because they're afraid of losing their business license because there's a city ordinance of dogs bark.
Are we talking about shock collars? You want to put shock collars on them?
I think so, yeah. So then when they bark, they get a little bit of a shock.
That's not nice. That's
He's a pickle with a goatee. It looks just like me.
Strong shoulders.
I have 4 dogs myself where I'm staying with Carol. And my dogs don't bark nearly as much, except when their dogs start going off. So if anything, the dogs are talking to each other, but nobody's antagonizing the dogs anyway.
Antagonizing?
Okay. Thank you. Ms. Curry, did you have anything else?
Are they husband and wife?
Yeah, because I just called her Miss Curry. I didn't realize that. I thought she was just an employee. But
I did too. Good for him. She definitely looks younger. He dyes his hair, by the way.
No, I see what you did there, Hector. A gherkin is a pickle. I see what you did. All right, I got it.
Wow. World's smartest chat.
Well, issue. No,
It's not part
that's
of this.
different. Okay. All right. Yeah, no,
He's like, shut up. Don't say nothing. We're winning.
I just had surgery. a couple
Okay.
days
True
ago,
that.
so, No, I'm just
Ankle surgery?
frustrated. Bunion.
Yeah, okay.
Just frustrated.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Curry, anything else you want to say?
I'm just trying to do what's best for the people that work for us.
Are you?
Power to the people.
I'm gonna have to come home from this, and
Right.
whatever
Yeah,
happens,
yeah. I understand.
Come home from this. What's that mean?
By the way, the judge really seems to be on his side way more.
You think so? He's
Yeah,
real
because
friendly to everybody, though.
He's a great, yeah, but he has, and I quote, I understand a couple of times and said that he's kind of sided with him a couple of times throughout when he was saying things. I like as soon as he said about the not wanting to be sued again, Your Honor was like, I understand. I feel like a couple of times he kind of over agreed with him, if that makes sense.
Ooh, conspiracy.
That's what I get from it. He just seems, not that he's being an asshole to the pickle down there, but I just.
Well, let's find out.
Oh, Miss K, we missed you last night. We went off the rails and lost a lot of money. It didn't go well.
Good to see you, Miss K.
Your Honor.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
I was curious though. Is there any way I can get a protection?
Protection?
Because I've only been
Right.
harassed.
By going through the process that
he went through.
Ms. Curry has done here.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Yep.
What a terrible question.
There's no reason to ask that, I don't think.
While we're here,
Wait.
can I get a drink of water? I don't have anything to do with that.
That would annoy me by
I do not like barking, constant barking.
Yeah, no, this really is a bit of an odd one. And like I said, I went into this already hating John, but I feel a little bit more for him. We're joking.
May I
But,
ask that question, Your Honor?
oh, God.
Hold on just a second, Mr. Fay.
Jesus Christ. Shut up.
Can I ask another question, Your Honor? Do you think this young lady next to me would make a good lover?
I wonder where she comes into play, by the way. She's
I'm guessing she's like a neighbor or something. She can't be with John.
No, I would like to see what you think is the ideal woman for John.
Can we push the camera back over to the left? Or
do you really think he goes for the older crowd?
I just don't see him having much choice.
Is that all he's limited to? With his,
I feel like he's got a limited menu to order from. I mean, that girl next to him, it seems like she might be a little creeped out by him too.
I did, Miss K. It didn't go well. I did.
Decisions were made and they can't be undone.
Yeah. Especially when it's losing money. I mean, I think he has a better chance with the older woman than her, at least. I know that.
Oh my God, yes. That old woman would love on him. Oh, she would love him.
Where did you learn about a Merkin, by the way? I do need to ask because it was such a rare.
I've heard it before. I believe I was listening to a radio show and they brought up Merkins and talked about it.
Show, of course, yeah.
Hey now.
And it just stuck with me what a Merkin was. I said, you know what? One day I'll need to know what a Merkin is.
Yeah,
Hey now.
And today was the day. Speaking of hey now, I just watched an hour plus.
Hey, go ahead.
Phony phone calls.
I just wanted to state that on those false accusations of Haley, they're the ones the Currys brought it to my attention and looked at video feed and was easily able to squash that there was no in any way harassment or so I just don't understand false accusation.
Okay, thank you.
And why isn't she here if she's the one that apparently is the one having a situation?
Why isn't she here? I thought for sure she'd be here. I wanted to see her.
All right. Thank you.
That was an odd ending.
Yeah, I mean,
he's just talking. Is
he's
he
not going to do anything.
There are statements that, while Mr. Fay was an employee of the kennel business, that other female employees had complained about unwanted attention from Mr. Fay. And according to the statements in the file, that it either led to or contributed to their departure from the business because they found it to not be a place where they felt safe working. And Ms. Haley appears to be the last female employee, and she has shared her vision of how she also has suffered from that. And in reading her statement, almost all but applies to the time when Mr. Fay was an employee of the kennel business, which I think is a different issue than what we're talking about here today. So I'm not here today to resolve any allegations of a hostile work environment or allegations of what happened when somebody was an employee. That's not the issue before this court. I was trying to carefully read what Ms. Osgood had filed concerning
Real weird.
Mr. Fay after his termination from the work, from the employment at the kennel. And she does say that she's been concerned because she sees him standing at the perimeter and she believes staring or watching anyone walking by. She also mentions starting fires to create a haze to impact the dogs. I think that's probably a fairly big leap to make without.
I got to go to John's defense. He's clearing land, so he's burning, brush and stuff.
Right? Yeah, he kind of alluded to the fact that something he does. Right? He said the only time that he was over there is even like clearing trees or doing his work, whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, him burning it really, that's a stretch. And again, look at the girl next to him. Yeah, she is really like.
Yeah, look at, you stopped it perfectly. She's been doing that. Where did that come from?
I don't know. She's been doing a lot of really weird eye stuff and facial things.
Yeah.
I don't know. The old lady's over there. You're not going to get your money if we don't win.
Now the judge said it was a bit of a stretch. What was he exactly?
Because most of the evidence, that he's talking about, he's been presented, especially from Haley, all happened while he was an employee of the kennel.
Right.
Now, once he left, no longer there, the biggest thing they were coming up with was that he stares at everybody that walks by, which I do that too. If it's a chain link fence and somebody walking by, I'm gonna look. I'm not
Sure.
I'm gonna look and see who it is, see what's going on, especially if I'm having trouble with the people, next door. And her saying that he watches them walk by and that he intentionally starts fires to create a haze to aggravate the dogs. He said that's a bit of a stretch to say something like that.
Yeah, that definitely is. All right.
Well, we'll see.
Sufficient evidence, and it's been relayed to the court that Mr. Fay has in fact been asked to do that by his current landlord. There's nothing in Ms. Osgood's statement about Mr. Fay contacting her subsequent to his termination from employment, just that she's uncomfortable with him standing on the property line, in her mind, watching them.
On the other side of a fence, remember?
So
from his residence where they're working,
where he's living now, looking through a chain link fence, what I'm guessing is pretty tall.
Mm-hmm.
I understand he might be creepy, no doubt about it.
Yeah,
he's creepy. He's giving a creepy vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But is there anything to worry about? Is he doing, like we made jokes that, is he, exposing himself, touching himself, or anything like that? We've heard that a million times before.
Which he was
allegedly not.
They said he was there with a beer bottle one time on his property. I've stood on my property with a beer bottle also before. I don't know what to tell you with that. I think that as we continue, it's looking better for John. But what doesn't look good for the Currys, we'll call them, they're down to one female employee now.
Yeah.
He's the last one.
Is that a John problem or a Curry problem?
I'm beginning to think it looks a lot like Christmas, and it's a Curry problem.
Don't find enough to indicate that Mr. Fay is deliberately doing something to agitate the employees. His current employer, the property owner, the adjacent property owner, indicates that she has asked Mr. Fay to do the things that he has been doing on the property. There may be spillover from smoke, and I guess Olympic Air Quality would be the ones to talk to about that, whether there's inappropriate burning that's going on a property in violation of burning restrictions. And as to Mr. Fay's presence on the property, sounds like he is legitimately a tenant at that property. So my bill restrict him from that property. I can't find that he's there solely for the purposes of harassment. He's there because he has legitimate business being on a property where he resides and is now working for the landlord. So I can't make a different conclusion off that. And the allegation that he's staring or watching, that's also hard to prove, because Mr. Fay's response would be, whatever, I'm looking, but I'm not looking, or with the same intent that Ms. Osgood believes I am. To me, it's significant that Ms. Osgood doesn't say anything about Mr. Fay making comments towards the current employees after his release from employment there. And I think she would be one who would be in a position to say that. And she just says that she's uncomfortable with him watching and standing on the perimeter. So I'm not going to grant the order. What I will indicate, Mr. Fay, it's been made very clear, specifically by Ms. Osgood, you've made her very uncomfortable. Whatever the history is, she's very uncomfortable. You ought to understand that and acknowledge that with your behaviors, so that she doesn't feel uncomfortable with you being resident and working at the adjacent property. So, and the same goes to any other employees of that business since you were terminated. That's frequently terminated employees harbor ill will towards their former employers and maybe towards former employees. You should not do anything that would lead somebody to believe that's what's going on. So I am not granting an order in this case. I'm not entering an order in this case, but I will use this opportunity to remind you, Mr. Fay, that this concern has been raised, and I strongly urge you to evaluate what you're doing and make sure that it doesn't lead people to believe that you have a different intent than what you believe your intent is.
So just wear sunglasses when you're outside, and
Yeah,
they won't know where you're looking.
It's the best thing. By the way, the fire thing, maybe for some of you, it could be, you would be thinking that that's an issue. People that live in the South, though, it's customary to have a burn any day you'd like. Is it windy? It's fine. Drought? Ain't
Nice
raining
day to
2
open the
weeks?
windows as your neighbors.
Yeah, your first nice day out, burn away. That's a Southern thing, though. People love to burn in the South.
And in any areas, like I'm guessing in Washington, that are more rural,
Yeah.
I'm sure they do it there a lot as well. So, I mean, nothing can be made, I don't believe, of the burning. Is John creepy? Yeah, probably.
Pamela, I'm not. We did 2 times. Went back.
What's
and
his name?
explained.
Shit.
Yeah, that would be me. Pamela, I saw you. I put up your when you came in. But I just people in the chat told you, I think 2 or 3 times what a Merkin was. Just rewind. It's more fun to find out that way than somebody telling you in the chat.
Yeah. It's more dramatic.
I promise you. It's funny how we found out what a Merkin was.
Hey, Creed, it's just progress.
Oh yeah, that's progress, baby.
Anyways, we weren't ignoring you, Pamela. And by the way, we had a big crowd in here today, over 250. I mean,
Yeah, I love that. It is weird that he's decided to rent a place next to his former employer.
Yeah, that's a little odd. But
and he's renting from her, but she owns everything. Is that what we're to understand?
yeah, it's an odd setup. But what it comes down to is if he was being a nuisance and he was harassing them, he did it well enough to not, because there really wasn't a lot of evidence. Again, the biggest thing, listen, he came in a rage and knocked down a door. That's a big deal. And then we find out that he didn't. He did kind of admit that he did with the radios. The burning thing, again, I can dismiss that very easily. That seems like he does a lot of property maintenance, we'll say, on that property.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe he's working off for the rent.
Somebody is renting it, and it's not in my name, and it's not in anybody else's name. It's in somebody else's name.
Listen, did you really call you the old fart? Love it. Love it.
That's great. Merkin, the legend.
Well, I got to take a couple of real big, deep breaths for this Big Head John Express.
Let me get the music ready. It's going to be a long one. Go ahead.
Free Captain Trips. Thank you.
All right. Hopefully you got a great time. I know we did. We got a great video that's premiering today on Credence and Mikey of a landlord, not literally a landlord. They're kicking this lady out, but the judges give this woman like multiple opportunities to, catch a break. Well, things don't go quite well, Creed, and there's a lot of yelling and there's some cursing as well. So if you want to see the judge go crazy on a woman who's going crazy, tune in at 3 p.m. Eastern time. That's an hour from now over on Credence and Mikey on the YouTubes.
Not going to tell you what happened to the horse.
Oh, yeah. Missed the horse. Well, see all those bottles of glue back there and Creed's freezer full of meat? That's where it's at. That's where it's at. Ragu Monkey.
I played a tiny little piece of one of your videos the other day, that dude that you run around with, and you guys are walking through, and the guy said, "Don't walk in front of me." That guy, it was the day you had that everybody thought it was a hot dog, by the way, not a cigar.
It's a fat cigar.
But your buddy walks up and he goes, "Am I too close now?" It's absolutely hilarious.
Oh, look at that.
Add it to that nice train down there. Heather, thank you.
Heather, you can see the engine from the caboose today. No problems. You got almost running the place. We appreciate you guys. We love you. If you want those gifts like Heather just gave, make sure you got those turned on. One of the beautiful mods will tell you all about it. Yeah, me and Creed will be back. Let's see you at 4 or 5 for Wild Woman Wednesday, Creed.
Speaking of wild women's, Paisley's black, not green.
Am I green still?
You black, girl.
I don't know what that means. Guys, stay safe. Stay hard. Stay green. By the way, the Funk had bought. Oh, look at that. Real quick, the Funk had posted a picture. She had bought one of the best shirts. I think the only one that was ever purchased from about when we watched Judge Kim. It said, "Stay calm and stay level 1 outstanding" on it.
Oh, that's a great one. Yes.
Yes, it has a little prison logo at the top. I was like, it made me feel so good to finally sell one of those. So, yeah, we'll see you guys for the next one. Stay safe. Bye.
Well, what are you going to do when we have members only at 5:30?
Well, it looks like you're going to miss out on all the incredible fun.
Yeah.
Mind blowing. Earth shattering.
Not good.